All right, welcome back. Here we go. That's it, I got it now. Today is Thursday, July 2nd, 2020. My birthday approaches, the anniversary of the day of my birth. Today's story, continuing with the second Berenstain Bears week, is trouble with money. We all have trouble with money. Some of us don't. Well, I think it's safe to say that everybody has trouble with money at some point in their lives. Trouble here with brother and sister is they don't really save too much. They just kind of, as soon as they get something, they go and spend it right away. But I will let the story do the talking. When little bears spend every nickel and penny, the trouble with money is they never have any. So if they want to buy something really big, might not be able to do it. Oh, look at this, them begging Papa for money, and he has his pockets turned out. Sorry, Cubs, no money for you today. Let's see. That's an interesting photo with the bears in the corners there. Brother bear and sister bear knew quite a lot about the ways of bear country. They knew where the most beautiful wildflowers grew. They knew where the wild berries were the thickest and juiciest. They loved wildflowers and wild berries so far. They knew the best spot for watching sunrises and sunsets. Okay. They knew where all the best honey trees were. They even knew a very special place where you could almost always see a rainbow from a secret space behind a waterfall. Wow, that's really, really cool. I've never seen that before. But there were some things they didn't know much about. One of the things brother and sister bear didn't understand well was money. So here we go. Well, looks like they're explaining that they understand it. They're counting the money. Honey cakes cost 15 cents. We'll see. Oh, they knew money was fun to have and even more fun to spend. And whenever they got some as a present, or for doing a chore for a neighbor, or for no reason at all from Grizzly Gramps, who tended to spoil them, or from Papa Bear, who spoiled them even more. They ran as fast as their legs could carry them to the Bear Country Mall and spent it for honeycomb on a stick, a balsa wood glider that did loops, a tiny little mouth organ that only played 3 notes. So as soon as they got money, they just spent it on whatever. They never bought anything sensible, and they hardly ever saved. Once in a while, sister put money in her piggy bank, but she usually took it out again before it had a chance to cool off from her hot little hand. Brother didn't even have a piggy bank. Mama was becoming concerned about the Cubs' carefree, spendthrift way with money. I think brother and sister should have a regular allowance, she said one evening when she and Papa were working on the family books. An allowance, said Papa. Yes, so they can learn to use money sensibly, to save, to plan ahead. Oh no, said Papa, they're much too young for that sort of thing. Let them enjoy themselves. They'll have to worry about money soon enough when they're grown-ups, he added with a sigh. The point is, Papa, to give them information now that will help them when they're older, because when they're older and if they don't know how to spend, they're going to be in big, big trouble. You got to set them up for success, man. But it was Papa who first lost patience with their carelessness about money. This is cool. I want to be there. I want to be there right now. It happened one day when the Cubs had been at a mall spending some pennies a neighbor had given them for walking a dog. That was when they saw the new video game. It was called Astro Bear, and it looked very exciting. Cool. So cool. And so they don't have money to play the game, so off they go back home. A video game at the mall? Papa shouted. You must think I'm made of money. The Cubs thought no such thing, and when they pictured it, it seemed very strange. So what if Papa was made of money? That looks very weird. that's what brother was looking at Papa. Oh, money bear. Okay. Mama could see that they were puzzled, and she explained. Made of money is just a figure of speech, my dears. That's when the Cubs realized that the situation was serious, because Papa Bear only used figures of speech when he was upset. You must think money grows on trees, he shouted. Another figure of speech. Yes, we've all heard that one. Money does not grow on trees. Video games are... He's so mad. Video games indeed, he continued, becoming more and more upset. There was no such thing as video games when I was a cub. Why, I didn't know what money was until I was almost a grown-up. Precisely, my dear, interrupted Mama. And that's why this might be a very good time to start brother and sister on a regular allowance so they can absolutely not, roared Papa, knocking over a chair. They must earn their money. That's what life is about. Working, earning money, saving for a rainy day. Well, they can still get an allowance and still earn that money by doing chores around the house. What about that, Papa? But I'm not going to tell Papa that. He's pretty upset. The Cubs knew how really serious the situation must be. Papa had used 3 figures of speech and knocked over a chair. They decided right then and there to mend their careless spendthrift ways. I don't know what's going on in that picture, but anyway, they're going to try to not be so careless with their money all the time. It turned out that the Cubs were very good at earning money once they set their minds to it. First, they gathered wildflowers from those special places they knew about. Then they made them into bouquets and sold them on the side of the road. Business was very good. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. It's very industrial. I don't know. Very smart idea. I like that idea. There's a word. I can't think of it right now. They gathered those fat, juicy wild berries and sold them door to door. Business was very, very good. Yeah, enterprising, that's the word. So they're being very enterprising and coming up with ways to make money. Brother and sister were turning out to be even better at making money than they had been at spending it. They organized guided tours of Bear Country's finest beauty spots. Oh, look at that. So they got to pay them for that. And sister's piggy bank was jammed full. They're making a lot of money here. They started a very successful pet minding service. Pet minding 10 cents an hour. But, and which might not seem like a lot of money, but look at all the pets they're minding, they're taking care of there. Brother had to borrow Mama's sugar bowl to keep all the extra money in. Oh, man. Well, they're doing very, very well for themselves. At first, Papa was very impressed and pleased, but when the Cubs started to sell maps showing the locations of the best honey trees, Papa began to have doubts. It's working though. People are still buying it. Those honey listen to this. Those honey trees are a family secret, he complained. The Cubs don't seem to understand that some things are more important than money. They've gone from caring too little about money to caring too much. It made me sneeze. I was so upset. Excuse me. They've gone from caring too little about money to caring too much. Why, just look at them. They're turning into greedy, selfish little misers right before our eyes, he continued. He pointed at the Cubs, who did indeed look like little misers greedily counting their money. It does. It does look like they're money, money, money. Yeah, it does. Yeah. They weren't really, you got to set boundaries. Cubs, said Papa. Cubs, said Papa in his sternest voice, we're going to have another talk. But before he could start his speech, the Cubs took all the money they had earned selling flowers, berries, doing chores, minding pets, and selling honey tree maps, and dumped it all on his lap. Interesting. Here, Papa said, brother, this is for you. That's right, said sister. We thought if we made some money for you, you wouldn't have to worry about it so much. We hope it's enough. Papa was so startled and so embarrassed at having been so wrong about them that he was speechless. So he thought they were just going to keep it for themselves, but they're giving it all to him. That's so nice. That's very generous, said Mama. It's quite a sum of money, and I know Papa appreciates it, but I have what may be a better idea. She always does, doesn't she? Papa does worry about money, of course. Most mamas and papas do from time to time. But what Papa is really worried about is you. He wants to be sure you understand that there's more to know about money than how you spend it. You know what I think, said Papa? I think we should start brother and sister on a regular allowance so they can learn to use money sensibly, to save, to plan ahead. An excellent idea, said Mama, smiling. If you recall, Mama had that idea several pages ago. What about the money we earned, asked the Cubs. You earned it, and it's yours, said Mama. What I suggest is that we take it to the mall and put it in the Bear Country Bank. That's what people do with money to keep it safe. Good suggestion, said Papa. That money can be your nest egg. Oh, dear, cried the Cubs together. Another figure of speech. They don't mean put it in the nest. No. And a very appropriate one, said Mama. She explained that the nest egg is the one the farmer leaves in the nest to hatch another chick. When you put money in the bank, it hatches interest. Interest, asked the cubs, puzzled. The bank will pay you for leaving their money there. It's called interest. They're learning a lot about money. That day, the bear family went to the bank and opened an account for the cubs. It happened that the bank was right next to the video arcade. Say, that does look interesting, said Papa when he saw the Astro Bear game. Let's give it a try. So the bear family gave Astro Bear a try. This is my favorite part. Cool. Papa ended up with the lowest score. You know, he said, we didn't have video games when I was a cub. Will you please give me another chance at this sometime? Anytime at all, said brother and sister, giving their papa a great big hug. Oh, and that's sweet. So they had a little fun at the end, and much more important, they learned about how to take care of money, what to do with money, how to save it, things like that. See you tomorrow. Bye.